Okay, guys, I want to talk to you today about pistol calibers. So both of my pistols here are from Bore Sight Solutions. I don't know how well you can see that. They've got grip jobs, grip reductions, fancier sights, fancier triggers. I love both of these, okay? This one's a Glock 21. This one's a Glock 17, but it's cut down to a Glock 19 frame, okay? 9mm, 45 auto. Which one do I pick? I can tell you right out the gate, without this light, this one's a lot lighter and a lot smaller grip than this one is. It's weird, this Glock 45 gives me a pressure point with my trigger finger where I can't shoot it as fast, but I do shoot it a lot more accurate. I think it's just because how it's making my trigger finger press straight back instead of being able to snatch around and shoot it faster, right? I do really love this Glock 17 cut down to a Glock 19, but I'm also really loving this 45. Now, why did I get the 45? I got the 45 because I moved to Montana. There's a real grizzly bear problem. I'm a real outdoorsy guy. I love it. And I'm changing the barrel and the port, and it's going to be a 460 Roland, which is basically a 44 Magnum. Without that, I wouldn't own this at all, okay? I wouldn't own a 45 auto. Because I do now, I'll go back to having my 5 magazines plus the one in the gun, so I'll go back to having 6 magazines for it. And I'll probably buy 1,045 auto rounds and put them up. And I'm just going to replace and I probably won't buy that mini 460 Roland. One, it recoils way too hard. And two, when you have to put that big old port on it makes it longer, a little more unreliable. It is reliable, but it's just, a little too close for comfort for an actual self-defense gun. Now, I could use it, and I would use it in a self-defense situation while I'm out fishing on the river against a grizzly bear or a person if it had to be that, right? But that's why I have this gun. This is my choice, 9mm. And the reason why I choose 9mm is because I took a vehicle and ballistics class. It was an FBI class put on by Sig Sauer Academy, okay? It was vehicle and ballistics where you're shooting out of, on, around, and in vehicles, okay? One of the really ones I will tell you right out the gate is make sure you butterfly your pistol if you're in your vehicle, because you don't want to flag yourself and accidentally shoot yourself in the leg. You want to butterfly over your steering wheel and tuck your gun in to be able to shoot, or butterfly over your steering wheel and fire onto somebody, right? That's a little nugget from that class. But the reason I choose 9mm and the reason I carry full metal jackets, you can still see it here, full metal jackets, is because we shot the 45 auto. Now, when I say we shot it, we backed up from here to the vehicle, we got down and we fired the 45. Now, it wasn't one of these new vehicles, it was an older vehicle, like a late 90s. And the 45 we shot 3 times. 2 of them went into the door and stopped on the door plate, and 1 went in through the door plate and fell inside the little compartment by where you open the door, right? So 2 45s went through the first portion, hit the second portion, and stopped. The 40 Smith & Wesson went through both the door and the little partition and hit the passenger side door and bounced off and fell in the seat. And we shot 3 of those. We shot the 357 SIG, the 10mm, the 9mm, and all 3 of those went all the way through both doors with some serious fury, boom, and hit the target on the other side. They went through the window, they went through multiple covers of the window, and so when I learned that the 40 and the 45 are basically worthless against a vehicle, that made me switch full-time to the 9mm. Now you say, hey, the 10mm, it worked as well. And you're right, it did. The 10mm went all the way through. The 357 SIG went all the way through. 357 Magnum went through. Of course, the 223 and the AK went absolutely all the way through. But those other pistols, when they recoiled, if I could simulate this for you, they recoiled about this high when they recoiled. So I can't shoot this and put effective rounds on target with a 357 SIG or a 10mm like I can this 9mm, where if I'm shooting, the 9mm recoil is more like this, and I'm able to put 5 shots into somebody's center mass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can do that fast. I can draw, get 5 shots out in under 2 seconds. Okay, so 1, 2. I've drawn my pistol and shot 5 times and hit this guy's center mass. I can't do that with a 10 millimeter. I can only get 3 and sometimes 4. I can't do that with a 357 SIG. Once again, 3, sometimes 4, just because the recoil is so much more that if I do get those shots off, instead of a group like this, the group is more like this, right? And that leaves me too wide open up here to have shot over and missed somebody. So I don't want to do that. I want my front sight to be able to stay on the target and my recoil impulse to be such that I can put multiple rounds on target. But I want that same ability for it to be able to go through vehicles, go through walls, go through doors, go through any barricade, any reasonable barricade to be able to shoot them, right? The 45 doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it. Now, if it's just a man standing up, you know, just you and them, yeah, sure, 45 works great. Take it all day long. I don't have any issues with it. But shooting through barricades, shooting through cars, shooting through walls, 45 doesn't cut it for me. Therefore, I have chosen the 9 millimeter. So that's why I choose the 9 over the 40 and the 45. Sorry about the loud cranes, but that's what happens when you're in the woods. Anyway, I thought that might be a little helpful for you guys. Y'all know there's not one answer, there's multiple answers. I'm sure there's somebody who'll come on and say, hey, I took that same class, we shot through a 2015 model and the 45 clears right through it. Maybe it does, I don't know, but I can tell you in older vehicles it doesn't. And the 9mm does a really good job. That's why I chose 9mm. That's why I stick with 9mm. Also, all 3 of my kids and my wife can pick up the 9mm and shoot it very well also, and they have a harder time with those larger calibers and larger frames. The Glock 10mm, the Glock, what is it, 21, the 21, yeah, the 20 and the 21 are the 45 and the 10mm. They're wider, and my wife and kids can't hardly, you know, get their hands around them and shoot them effective. But the little 19 or the 17, they get their hands perfectly around it, shoot it very well. So that's why I choose that. That's why I go with the 9mm, because I want to shoot through things to be able to hit you if I have to. And I want to be able to get multiple rounds on you as fast as I can and control my group size to make sure I stop the threat and I don't do any other damage. Anyway, guys, just some help, you know, just some food for thought for y'all. Ponder on it.